So after I made my last video, something magical happened. We are so back. I mean, that was the first scripted video I uploaded here. I must have the magic touch. The Urban Champion fandom would have been lost without me. So I'm back again to talk about one of my favorite things, fighting games. More specifically, the biggest fighting game tournament of all time, EVO, which I'll actually be attending this year. Not competing though, I'll just be hanging out in the free play arcade and spending way too much money at the artist alley. I'll have a video out about my experience there, but in the meantime, let's have some fun and do some predictions, why don't we? And no, I don't mean predicting who's gonna win the tournaments, because I'd bet an arm and a leg on Meta RD winning Street Fighter 6. I'm more so talking about the announcements. EVO's the #1 place for building up hype for fighting games both current and upcoming, and they always load their shows with all sorts of news about them. It's always a joy to see fighting game fans just like myself cheering and screaming over such exciting announcements like... Oh, wait, never mind, that's just a Chipotle ad. So let's start things off with an obvious one. Street Fighter 6, the game with the highest number of entrants at EVO by a landslide, and a clear favorite amongst the FGC. I know for a fact it's one of my favorites out right now, and it's about to be even better with the addition of one of my favorite fighting game characters of all time, Terry Bogard. The first ever non-Capcom crossover character in a mainline Street Fighter, with my coming sometime after. It's a safe bet, I know, but I'm predicting we get to see a little bit of Terry action during Top 6, even if it's just a World Tour cutscene. I am so excited to see how Capcom treats Terry in one of their games after so many years. And speaking of Terry Bogard, we got another game featuring him, City of the Wolves. With the game coming out next year, it only makes sense for them to reveal another character or two. They could show a veteran from Garou, a character from a previous Fatal Fury game, or a brand new character. Personally speaking though, I'm hoping to see a veteran from the Fatal Fury side like Andy, Mary, Geese, or Billy, but it could be just about anyone. I don't think I'll be complaining either way, because more City of the Wolves content is always a good thing. Very excited for this game to come out next year. I will be playing it a ton. Going back to currently released games though, let's talk about Tekken. Harada just dropped the release date for Lydia on us, and you know what that means. It's time to get ready for the next DLC character. Who will it be though? Well, EVO is the most hyped fighting game event of the year, so I think it's fair to say we might finally get that guest character announcement. Now hear me out on this one. I think that character is Terry Bogard. That's right, he just got into Street Fighter, Geese wasn't the last Tekken, and there's a brand new Fatal Fury game on the horizon. It's a cross-promotion waiting to happen. Terry in all 3 of the big-name legacy fighting games at long last. So that's my big Tekken prediction. Can't wait to see what's next for this game. I hope we get 20 more battle passes. Since we're going down the list of main stage games, let's tackle Guilty Gear Strive next. We're sure to get a Season 4 character, and I'm thinking Jam, sure, but forget about that for a second. Let's be more daring. What is Arxis doing next? Every year they release a big title of some sort, and not only that, but we just had the departure of their most popular game from EVO main stage. It's a shame that Dragon Ball FighterZ ended on such a whimper with a super underwhelming rollback update. I think it'd be stupid for Arxis not to make a follow-up to their biggest moneymaker, but the question is, how would they go about doing it? Would they make a Fighter's sequel, or maybe use a different property like One Piece or My Hero? Well, I have an idea with that in mind, it just may not be what you're expecting. Hear me out. Terry Bogard Fighters. Not an Arxis Fatal Fury game, no. An Arxis game where every character is Terry Bogard. Terry's showing up in everything, and Arxis needs to capitalize on that fact as hard as they fucking can. Viking and Samurai Showdown was just the first step of their master plan. And for all the BlazBlue fans out there, don't worry. They're gonna add Terry to BB Tag too. Mortal Kombat 1. I don't care about Mortal Kombat 1, I'm sorry. Now let's talk about some games that aren't on the main stage. We already got a 2x knockout character reveal. Why are you looking at me like that? It's literally called 2x knockout, that's the title. So we'll just have the demo to look forward to at EVO. Will it be worth the 2-hour wait in line to play 2x knockout? Yes for some, probably not for me, but I'm still looking forward to the game's official release. On the topic of free-to-play games with massive appeal, this is a bit of a bold one, but I think we'll see something from Multiverses. With Agent Smith now playable, the question about the next season's playable characters is on everyone's mind. And I think I might just know the answer for one of these characters. Terry fucking Bogard. One of the most exciting fighting game announcements that happened outside of EVO was the Marvel vs. Capcom Collection, which came as a huge shock since these games were removed from digital stores all the way back in 2014. With Marvel and Capcom finally collaborating again, some discussion about a new MVC game has come up. It's definitely possible for the future, but as far as this year's EVO is concerned, it's gonna have Marvel vs. Capcom vs. Terry Bogard. To wrap things up, I want to bring up a game that's been requested and rumored a lot recently, and that's Sega's Virtua Fighter. After almost 20 years, will we finally see the return of this beloved franchise with a new mainline entry? My answer to that is a guy with a funny red hat.
Is that Terry Bogard?